What's up everyone, and welcome back to Nexus. If you're fascinated by aliens that could potentially live out in the stars, wait until you hear that we actually know less about the contents of Earth's own oceans than about the contents of the known universe. In fact, mankind has explored less than 5% of the ocean, which covers more than 70% of the planet's surface. No one really knows what kind of beasts could be hiding in its depths. But what about the deadly animals we know exist for sure? Watch this video to find out the top 10 most dangerous ocean animals in the world. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get new content similar to this every day. Also, make sure to comment down below letting us know which was your favorite. And for this video, let's see if we can hit the golden like button, which is 1,000 likes, so make sure to drop a like down below. Number 10. Sea snakes possess two traits you don't want to find in a sea creature. It's both aggressive and deadly. They're long and thin with black and white stripes. Those stark colors serving as a warning in nature that they're dangerous and to be avoided at all costs. They live in warm tropical oceans, which scarily enough are the best waters for people to go swimming in, most commonly in the Indian Ocean and parts of the Pacific. And of course, you might get a few strays in Australia. Interestingly, they have lungs and need to breathe the air, which is why they inhabit shallow waters and are closely related to king cobras. They're so dangerous that even when they're dead, they sometimes spasm and bite out of reflex, and they swallow fish whole when they eat them. Number 9. The brutality of the Goliath tigerfish is perhaps unmatched, especially when you see a clip of it attacking and eating an arowana by ripping its mouth apart and its jaws, then leaving it there to slowly die because the attack didn't even kill it. They're called tigerfish both for their ferocity and their coloring. With their black horizontal stripes and bright orange fins, they can grow to be over 6 feet long. That's not even the scariest thing about them, as you'll see when you look at any picture of one that's been caught and you see its humongous razor-sharp teeth, which are so big they protrude even when its mouth is closed. It's hard to imagine a more savage killer fish than this one, and in some varieties, it even has spines running along its gills too. Number 8. If ever there was an invasive species we need to be more aware of, the lionfish has to be one of them. This fish may also be named after a big cat like the last one, but doesn't have the teeth to match. Instead, the lionfish has dozens of incredibly venomous fins, where just touching them can cause you serious damage. Along with that, their hunger is insane, and they literally eat anything they can scavenge or kill, including other lionfish. They are very aggressive and have been very bad for the ecosystems in some lesser studied Atlantic coral reefs, mainly because lionfish don't come from the Atlantic, so they have few natural predators there. Scientists speculate that they got there by people dumping them in the sea out of their aquariums, and the threat to native fish species from them is so strong that they're having to use robots to try and fight them off. Number 7. The stonefish is widely reported to be the most venomous fish in the world, a title it just stole recently from the lionfish. If you don't know why a stonefish is called a stonefish, well, it's for the pretty obvious reason that it looks just like a stone, and is often called the chameleon of the sea because of this. It basically sits there on the ocean floor or among coral reefs and waits, which is very dangerous to humans because they have highly toxic spines, which are so sharp they can break through the soles of your shoe. I pity whoever it was who found that out. But they don't actually prey on humans. They prey on smaller fish, and they don't kill them with their toxicity. It turns out they're capable of incredible speeds, capturing their prey in attacks which are over in as little as time as 0.015 seconds. Number 6. If you thought electric eels were scary before you watch this video, you're gonna be even more terrified of them afterwards, because these things sure are frightening. Now, one electric shock from one of these things probably isn't gonna kill you and might only leave you with a burn. But in the wrong place, the shock could cause someone to drown. And there's also the possibility that they can shock you multiple times, stopping your heart. Their shock is about as powerful as 500 volts of electricity. And there's a brutal video of them showing off their power by killing a caiman in the Amazon with it. Another scary fact about the electricity is that they use it kind of like a radar to catch their prey after they've already shocked them once, so there's no escaping them. Number 5. If someone were to ask you what you think the most dangerous ocean animal is, you'll probably say a shark, or something really out there like a kraken. But kraken don't exist. But actually, sharks are more potentially dangerous. In fact, on average, there's around 1 fatal shark attack in the US every 2 years, and have been 439 fatal shark attacks between 1958 and 2016. When you compare that with the fact 38 people die a year being struck by lightning, sharks really don't seem that bad, and you can actually escape shark attacks by punching them in the nose really hard to disorient them. Obviously though, this doesn't mean that sharks are harmless, and great white sharks in particular are the ones responsible for the most unprovoked attacks on humans. These sharks can grow up to 14 feet long, and possess about 6 rows of teeth which move on sort of a conveyor belt whenever a tooth gets broken off to immediately replace it. Number 4. Stingrays are actually the sea creature most responsible for biting or stinging humans, which happens largely due to the fact that they're flat and often bury themselves in the beds of sand where they get stepped on accidentally. The blue-spotted stingray is one of the most dangerous and is even covered in characteristic bright blue spots to warn people away from it. Today, we all know stingrays as the creatures responsible for causing the tragic death of Steve Irwin. And while if he was still alive, he'd defend the stingray and say his death was his fault for startling it and it was acting in self-defense, it doesn't make them any less deadly. In fact, the blue-spotted stingray spear has serrated edges like a steak knife, just a steak knife covered in incredibly deadly venom. They're actually close cousins of sharks, if you can believe it, and are very adept at camouflage. You'd think if they didn't want to get stepped on, they'd make themselves a bit more obvious. Number 3. Crocodiles are pretty brutal in all varieties. It doesn't matter if they live in the sea or in lakes and rivers. In fact, there's a Nile crocodile called Gustav, who is famous for having eaten as many as 300 people. But this is a list of ocean animals, so we're looking at the saltwater crocodile, which lives in the Pacific Ocean and is actually the largest species of living reptile we have today, getting as big as 7 meters in length. While they potentially can live in the sea, you'll more often find them in swamps and lagoons, and are known as the most dangerous crocodile to humans, over 100 times deadlier than sharks. They also have the world record for the highest bite force ever recorded in an animal, more than 3 times as powerful as the runner-up, the spotted hyena. And overall, crocodiles are estimated to kill 1,000 people a year. Number 2. We already have the deadly blue-spotted stingray, so now it's time to talk about the blue-ringed octopus, whose warning colors are so vibrant, they're practically bioluminescent in quality, so you'd think people would leave these aggressive critters alone and stop filming them. The thing that makes this octopus so dangerous is that it practically oozes tetrodotoxin, which is the same chemical contained in the poisonous organs of pufferfish that make them so deadly to humans as well. In fact, one scientist reported symptoms of the chemical effects of an octopus bite after just putting their hand in seawater this octopus had been transported in. Oftentimes, their bite is also painless and people don't even know they've been bitten, which probably contributes to the high number of fatalities. Even the smallest octopus, weighing only 25 grams, has enough venom to kill 10 adult humans. Number 1. The stonefish was the most venomous fish, but what about the overall most venomous marine animal? Because it's actually a jellyfish, called a box jellyfish, which, despite the name, is not technically a fish. It looks deceptively innocent and is very hard to see, it being mostly transparent, and can even have a body that's a whole foot in diameter and 10-foot long tentacles. The box jellyfish is also made deadly by the fact it knows how to actually swim, rather than just floating around wherever the current takes it like other species of jellyfish. And the thing that makes their tentacles deadly is that they're covered in what are scientifically called nematocysts, which are basically very small poison-tipped darts that get stuck in people and animals. The venom is even so potent that it can kill humans in a matter of minutes, just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water. That was our list of the top 10 most dangerous ocean animals in the world. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss a video in the future, and hit the like button too so we can hit the golden like of 1,000. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace!